All right, well, what I want to do, I want to look at this first line down here for you, Leo, as opposed to going across. This is how I want to read it for you. So we have the moon card, right? This lunar energy, this not everything being revealed. How do I want to say this? Information that has yet to come to light is how I want to say it for you. It's a cautionary card in some ways, Leo, because Leo is all about the sun, right? You know, basking in the sun and luxuriating and being in the spotlight. And the moon energy is kind of the dark side of the sun. That's not possible. The dark side of the moon, like it's like, you know, the sun is about the brightness, and the moon is about seeing with your third eye, and the sun is about seeing everything with your vision, right? And so during this time period, Leo, it might be difficult for you to get in line with this, but it's going to be really, really important for you not to give in to fear and worry about what you can't see yet. Even if you're sensing that not everything has been revealed yet in love, don't worry. Allow things the time they need to come into the light, right? It's major arcana energy, so you're gonna feel it a bit more strongly a little bit during this time period where you're feeling like, is that what's happening? Did he or she say that? What do they mean by that? You know, that kind of energy might be present during this time period. So it's okay. Just, you know, if you need to probe a little bit, certainly can. But it's going to be important that you allow it to happen, because the moon energy is also about being open and allowing, as opposed to being very forthright energy, you know, making things happen. The moon is about just kind of going with the flow a little bit, waiting to see, taking your time, okay? And then we have the Love Yourself First card. So for you, Leo, I think it's really important because, as I mentioned, Leo is all about the sun, which is the divine, you know, symbolically is associated with the divine masculine, which is about putting forth energy, very forward momentum, very, you know, take charge energy, very beautiful divine masculine energy. And we all hold divine masculine and divine feminine qualities within. And the moon is much more associated with the divine feminine, which is about being open, being allowing, being surrendered to the energy, knowing that when the moon, you know, the divine feminine takes action, I say she, but we all, you know, again, we hold both these energies regardless of gender. That, you know, the divine feminine takes action when she feels inspired to do so, when she feels that the time is right, she trusts her intuition. And that's what the moon energy is here for you, Leo. So just, you know, allow yourself to trust your own intuition and your intuitive insights during this time period, because they're going to be on point, right? And a lot of it has to do with the ways in which you take care of yourself. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So it's going to be really important for you not only to take care of yourself in order to impress someone, but to take care of yourself in order to impress you, right? In order to take care of your needs, your desires, what makes you feel good and strong and happy and fulfilled. Because that is what makes you attractive to someone, not because you're trying to get someone, but because you love yourself. You're like, I'm awesome. Like, why wouldn't anyone love me? That kind of energy. But just know that even if someone hasn't come in for you yet, say you're a single person, and yet you're intuiting that someone is coming in, trust that, because it looks like someone is indeed coming back from the past, returning to your life. But before I get to that, let's just talk about this Fool energy down here. Underneath the Love Yourself First, underneath the moon. So a lot happening under the surface. You getting more in alignment with your divine feminine, regardless of whether you're a male or a female, and then taking that leap of faith. Taking the leap of faith is all about faith, right? So that faith is very much about the moon, about the lunar energy, about taking a leap of faith, not because you have the facts in hand, but because you know the timing is right. And that's so important for you. It's major arcana energy right underneath the moon. It's like a double message for you here, to take that leap of faith based on your intuition. Okay? Whatever that means for you, regardless of whether you're coupled or single. Because this reconciliation card may mean someone coming back, but for those of you who are coupled, it may not mean that. It may just mean that there's a pattern coming back in to begin to play with more, and to understand and to trust your intuition about what's happening. But it's going to be different for everybody. And even if you are single, it may not be that there's someone from the past coming back in. It may just be that, again, there's a pattern that's coming back up for you to look at and take action upon, but take action upon with a bit of a strategy in mind. with some patience with yourself. So this Three of Spring energy is forward momentum, but it is forward momentum that isn't like super, super fast forward momentum. It's forward momentum with an eye out for the details, with an eye out for when you get that intuitive nudge to move forward, trusting that lunar energy, your intuition to move you forward when the timing is right. You have kind of a strategy in place. You're ready to go. And underneath this, we have the reconciliation card. You may already be intuiting that there is a person coming back in, or an energy that's coming back in, and you kind of have an eye on it, and you want to look at it differently now, Leo. You're ready to approach it differently, right? So you're going to take action upon it, but with more understanding of the underlying energies about the person, about the energy, about the pattern, whatever it may be that comes in for you. It's a general reading, Leo, so this is why I'm being very widespread in my reading here for you. And then underneath the reconciliation, we have Three of Pentacles, which I love to see, because it regardless of whether this is a person coming back in or an energy, you have been working on it. The Three of Pentacles is very much about being rewarded for your hard work. And look, they are rewarding each other for the hard work that they've done in love. They've been working hard to shift this pattern, to change this pattern. And if there's a person coming back in, this person is not exactly the same as they were when they were in your life last time. There's been work that they've been doing on themselves here. The two of you have been stewing. You got the stew on the stove here. You've been putting a lot of things in there, a lot of new understandings of self, a lot of experience, and you've been creating this moment. If it is an individual coming back in, and if it's not an individual coming back in, you've been creating this moment energetically to begin to shift this pattern with this forward momentum here of the Three of Spring. Really cool, super, super cool. And then we have this 10 of Summer and healing family issues, right? So let's just look at these right away, because I love this, that these are together, because the 10 of Summer is about feeling that sense of fullness, safety, security, emotional contentment with your loved ones. And especially it's really nice in love. You kind of feel like, yes, it's all good. But within that, there's also this healing family issues, because when you do feel a sense of safety with someone, it allows for healing. It allows for you to begin to feel that sense of, I'm so loved no matter what has occurred in my life. And it allows you to look back upon your life and begin to see the areas where you can forgive yourself and you can forgive others, and you can begin that healing balm of love, which is all about this energy here. It's so, so nice for you. And it does lead to something new, right? Because we have this 10 energy, this sense of completion, this sense of fullness. And then the 0 falls away. We're back at 1. And the same with healing and forgiving. Whenever you forgive, you offer healing. And with the healing comes new skin, right? Covering the old scars. And that allows us new growth. And so there's a lot of potential here for newness, new healing, new opportunities, new emotional openings here. And then we have this Knave of Wands, very fiery, passionate energy, the desire to be close to another. But as I feel it here for you, it's it can feel fast moving, but you want to make sure that you've done the healing work associated with it before you give in to the passion and the fire. Is how it feels to me, because when this reconciliation card comes in, often indicating someone returning, there is a lot of charge usually with that, and so there may be this sense of abandon that you want with this person, but and that's perfectly lovely and wonderful. But it looks like you will have also been doing some healing around this before you, and maybe want to make sure that you're on the same page a little bit before you leap into that passion energy together. All right, so I hope that I was able to say those messages as clearly as I see them in my head. Okay, so let me go ahead and get. I think what I want to do, I want to get 3 cards on this reconciliation for you, Leo, and then I'm going to close out your reading. Because I know many of you are like, who is it? Who's coming back in? And they may have already come back in, because I'm remembering more now the reading from last month. I think it was the life experience card was clarified by the reconciliation, if I remember correctly, or vice versa. But either way, I think I do remember this reconciliation card being present last month. Queen of Winter, King of Spring, Princess of Winter. So 3 court cards associated with this reconciliation. So it could indeed be someone coming back in. And since this is a general reading, it could be an air sign. It could be a fire sign. Doesn't matter, male or female, doesn't really matter. Either way, there's a lot of people involved. But it looks like regardless of whether there's an air sign or a fire sign or possibly other signs, it doesn't have to be those signs. This Princess of Winter is very much about clarity, about cutting through the BS, taking the newness. With this reconciliation energy, it has shifted. It's not the same energy as when it came back in last time. It was when it was in previously. Now it's coming in, and there's room for clarity. There's room for better communication. There's room for a meeting of the minds here. And you may go over old ground together. You may have conversations where it's like, oh, that's not what I want to hear. Was I really like that? But it's all for the best. It's all for the highest good. It's all for being able to heal, right? Healing the family issues, healing issues. It doesn't matter if it doesn't have to be family. It's just healing energy between the two of you. So there's some really cool and interesting energies there coming in for you during this time period, Leo. All right, I think I want to get one more card for you. I'm going to get it from the Dolphins and Mermaids deck. I'm going to close out your reading. Oh, this came up for someone else too. It just flipped right up. Positive energy. Surround yourself with positive people and situations and avoid negativity. This is going to be really, really important because whenever you have that lunar energy, it is easy to get kind of caught up in fear and worry because you can't see everything clearly as you normally would, especially for Leo being associated with the sun. So don't give in to that fear and anxiety, as best you can, and try to remain positive. And if you find a lot of people coming in, because we have quite a few, we have those 3 court cards with this reconciliation. If some of that comes in and it doesn't feel as though it's positive, then do your best to keep your sense of equilibrium and keep your sense of higher power during this time period, because it's going to be very important for you, always, of course, but in particular during this time period. So I hope you find that helpful, Leo. I wish you much love as always, and I will see you on the next video or at your private reading.